Hi, Cancer family. I'm so excited to sit with you. Um, what a winding and wild road it is, and here we are for the August 2018 reading. And I have to say that August is a pretty interesting ride for Cancers. I hope your birthdays were all beautiful. I know a lot of you were going through some really deep transitional energy during that time, and it was an extremely transitional Cancer season. I think there was a lot of momentum there with the eclipse in your sign, and there was just a lot of energy moving around, and the way the earth energy is moving for you is also affecting your lives in a very interesting way. And Leo season is always an interesting time for my Cancer family because, this is your second house. You're kind of moving into the next phase of the year in your neighboring sign. And August is just it's another one of these groundbreaking months. So while your season was really groundbreaking, the August season is really groundbreaking. And the way the energy is working for you is the first half of the month, we're really looking at more introspection and a little bit of slowdown, just assess. And the second half of the month is very communicative and talkative and vibrant. I'll start talking a little bit about the aspects here while I start to shuffle. Because I had an image for you all. Before a whole bunch of cards just fell, like an entire chunk of cards just fell out. So apparently you guys are getting your reading very quickly today. The image that came to mind for Cancer as I was actually sitting out at a pond in my neighborhood, and I was just sitting there watching this duck in the middle of the water, swimming, and he was creating ripples all the way out to the shoreline from where he was in the middle of the pond. And I was thinking about vibration, I was thinking about manifestation and energy and how it works, and for some reason I started thinking about you all because I was thinking about how it's a boomerang effect. We put our intentions out there, right? And they take a little bit of time to fully to extend out like they were from the duck, right? And to hit the lake edge or the pond edge. It took a number of seconds for it to get all the way out there. Time is relative, but the way we set intentions, which is the first half of the month, is you vibrating those waves out. And by the time they hit the shore, everything's moved around a little bit. And this is where I think the deeper wisdom of the way the universe and law of attraction works and our higher selves, inner being, divine, however you want to put it, works, is that energy, the larger collective energy, the wise connected energy, can account for the delay, can account for the way the scenario will change by the time you get your wish manifesting. If you know what I mean, if you got the wish you thought you wanted even 6 months ago, it probably wouldn't fit completely with who you are now from the person you were 6 months ago. And that's where the trust comes in. And I'm saying that because, the beginning of this month, Uranus is going retrograde in Taurus on the 7th of August, and it's going to stay retrograde the rest of the year until the beginning of 2019. All of us are kind of dealing with what that means as far as finances and our valuables, because Taurus is so much about that. But for you too, this is about, your 11th house, your social group, who you have around you, the community and the atmosphere around you. And then, we have a solar eclipse in your second house of finances on August 11th. It's a partial solar eclipse, not very visible. And it's a new moon. So setting your intentions about money, about where you want to take your resources, and where you want to put your energy when it comes to your living space, like in your community. And then, of course, Mars is going retrograde, and it's dipping back into your opposite sign of Capricorn. So then you're assessing relationships. As you can see, the way that these things are stacking up for Cancer this year, for my moon children, it's this introspective time. It's not particularly scary. Mercury retrograde is also going to be happening most of the month. I believe Mercury is going direct on the 19th. So in your second house too. So you have a lot of energy working at you. Now, once we hit Virgo season, which is your third house, is very communicative. We have a lot of really good things happening there. So Mercury's direct. So it's heading forward. It's Virgo, sun is in Virgo. We have a Pisces full moon on the 26th, which is your sister sign, your 9th house of your big vision. So you can see that the energy starts to move again for you in a really nice way by the time we hit the last couple weeks of the month. So it's kind of one of these things. It's what I was saying, the duck in the middle of the pond, creating those ripples out, these perfect circles. They're such perfect circles, the way the water moves, the way vibration moves. It's like the first half of the month is you being the duck, sending the vibrations out, them hitting the shore, every planet starting to go direct, energy starting going to Virgo, going to Pisces, energy starting to move forward again, including Mars as well, I believe. Yeah, Mars is going direct at the very end of the month on the 27th. That's when those vibrations hit and you start manifesting. Now, I'm really curious to see what cards just flew out here because, 5 cards came out. And they're pretty powerful. I love them, actually. And I'll probably pull a few more. I'm kind of just doing an organic spread this month because I think with all of this volatile eclipse energy, I think this is a perfect chance to have free-form conversations here. So the first 5 cards we have, my friends, we have Temperance, Magician, 10 of Swords, Ace of Cups, and finally 8 of Pentacles. Is that Virgo season or what? Okay. You can see here that mostly really supportive energy for Cancer. Mostly focused energy for Cancer. But there's also something going on here with the manifestation way. So we have a couple master manifestors here. These are extremely benefic cards. They suggest positive forward motion, right? But they both manifest. And they both understand manifestation as an energetic occurrence. And so they don't make a lot of external noise. Now, yes, the Magician can be an element of surprise. So with these eclipses and with these retrogrades, and with moving into your second house, and just with the volatility of everything, everybody's feeling the volatility. I will tell you that right now. August is just another month where the puzzle pieces are still being shaken up. They're still falling in place, and we're just going to be starting to put the pieces together at the end of the month. So you might have more of a head on your shoulders than a lot of people do with your clarity of vision. But the thing with these energies is that they understand the quieter side of it, right? You can actually use retrograde energy to manifest a lot. You can actually use retrograde energy to plant a ton of seeds, and that's what these are speaking to. Yes, temperance can be about committing to a relationship. It can be about committing to a big life path. It can be about committing to a big journey, and actually that's what I'm seeing with these 2 cards, and that's what I'm feeling. There are going to be big visions, and I'm getting chills right now. Oh my God, such strong chills. Wow. Just a second, it's still happening. Wow. Visions of the travel you want to do, visions of the places you want to go, visions of where you want to take your relationships, your careers, where you're living. I think a lot of you are wanting a change of location. You're wanting a change of pace when it comes to your surroundings. And you're starting to have this lens that is looking at the macro picture for you. You might have had to put up with some things for a few months. The first half of this year, it was kind of muddling through what's working for you, what's not working for you, where your intentions are being set. But now you're getting really serious. You're getting very serious about the fact that you are ready for something bigger and better and bolder. And these are big moves right here. But the first step is kind of getting in line with that, right? Getting in line with that, getting very real about it. And part of this journey for you all, I have to say, is something has to be let go. Like, there is a heavy weight for some of you. Some of you, I think, maybe are, when I see the 10 of Swords, maybe you feel that you are beholden to a situation or a person. Maybe you feel that something is holding you, that you're not allowed to make those ripples in the pond out moving forward because you're letting somebody down, or you're not doing it the way somebody expects you to do it. But that imprisons you, right? And there's just a point of burnout with a situation, or just, the same old stagnant thing. I mean, you guys are a cardinal sign, right? You're cardinal. You are great at going and getting things done, making things happen, championing your own path. You have that skill set. You guys just have it. It's one of the amazing things about cardinal energy that just blows me away, is this ability to just push forward. And, you guys are very loyal and loving people, and you can put up with a lot in an attempt to be there for somebody, or an attempt to help facilitate. You guys are amazing facilitators. I don't know if I know any better facilitators than Cancers. You guys just know how to help people along on their journey. But that can get very heavy. And it doesn't always have to be people. Sometimes it's just a living situation, or you're ready for a change. You're ready for a big journey. And honestly, you have to put down whatever this is. Now, I love the Ten of Swords, because to me this is liberation from something that was feeling really heavy and exhausting. And it looks graphic, yes, but tens are about closing out, completing, and that's what all this retrograde energy is going to be doing with the Cancer fam this August, before Virgo season, before we start getting the direct action, before we start feeling the ripples hitting the edge of the lake and you start seeing the results. You have to take a moment and just think about what you got to put down. And for some of you, this might be health habits. This might be monetary habits, like really not sexy thing of creating budgets, or just like cutting out something that's not serving you anymore. But it's one of those funny things. Energy, you want to create an energetic vacuum for the new stuff to come in. And a lot of times if you just, donate those extra bag of clothes, cut out that extra streaming service that you never use, it feels really good. And surprisingly, what meets you next is a lot of abundance, my fam. New beginnings. So if you start off the month, you have big visions, you're like determined. You're like, this month I'm going to get some things done because I'm just ready. I do not want to wait for any more of these eclipses, these retrogrades. I'm just ready to move on it. And then you have some reassessing to do. Give it those first 3 weeks. Things that are really good take a little bit of time to fully foment. Right? They're things that are really good that are going to be in your life. They don't just disappear because it's a slow week or it's a little bit quiet. They will always come back. They will boomerang back. Or they will build slowly and quietly, which is really what I think I'm seeing for Cancer more than anything. But look at this. New beginnings in love. New beginnings in relationships. What did I say about clearing out that clutter? You've got to clear some blockage out to create the vacuum, to create the energetic receptivity space for this love. Not only that, it's tied to you doing something meaningful in the world that improves the world. Now, the thing with this industriousness of the Eight of Pentacles is that it is an industrious card. It's an absolutely industrious card. And you guys can only help people when you're not carrying a whole bunch of weight around with you. And that's what I'm saying. You can't spread yourself too thin this month, or in general. This month is a month where if you are spreading yourself thin, a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of giving, you'll feel it. It will tell, your body and your soul will tell you that you are spread too thin, and will give you a headache or a stomach ache, or send you to take a nap when you feel you need to be getting more done. And that's where the refinement process comes in. That's where it's like, what we need to do is create that sense of balance, create that sense of magic, create that space, that vacuum, that little quiet moment that allows that river to flow in. And that's what these guys are saying to me. I'm going to pull a few more cards here, because I'm very curious about this Ace of Cups, Eight of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Wow, you guys are getting the aces, my friends. So, look at what happens when you release this weight and you say what you need to say and you give yourself a break. I mean it, you guys. Look what happens. Abundance in money and love. That Virgo season is going to be really good for you. It's going to be really good for you. There's going to be a sense of flow again. If you felt a little out of sorts through the summer and then even just through the Leo season, I see Virgo season being the first time Cancers feel fully and utterly themselves. What just came out? The Tower. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. You know why this is coming out, though. It has everything to do with this. The Tower, I'm like reclaiming this card a little bit. It's one of my favorite cards, actually, and it always has been. Maybe it's because I have a little bit too much fire in my chart. However, the Tower is a freedom presenting energy. And I mean, when that Tower comes back up, that is just, it's not something that's happening at the end of the month. This isn't all chronological. This is very thematic for you guys this month. The Tower is related to the Ten of Swords. Something is imprisoning you. Something is utilizing and draining your energy and using your energy, your magical freaking unicorn energy, in a way that doesn't feel good to you. You have to set that boundary, though. You have to break free of that prison, and you have to be very clear about it. Now, it doesn't have to always be super dramatic. Like, sometimes it's just about saying, hey, I need a little bit of alone time, this week. I just need a few hours to do my thing. It can be as simple as that. And it's so revolutionary. I mean, for some of you, maybe you do really have to break something off. Maybe you really do have to walk away from something. Once again, there's a big vision thing here too. So the other side of it is sometimes it's not always about getting it all done in August. Sometimes you get downloads that will implement over the next several months. With Uranus going retrograde for the last third of the year, last almost half of the year, it's an assessment time in many ways. So, but there is something going on with relationships with Cancer this month too, where you've got to break some old pattern. Because Mars retrograde back into your opposite sign always will affect your relationships and help you refine where you're giving too much. Now I'm pulling one final card. It's your card, Moon Children, and at the bottom of the deck is the other Ace of Cups, I just have to say. You have a lot of renewal here. You have a lot of new beginnings here. They are dependent on you creating that energetic vacuum and trusting a little bit and trusting in what you need to do for yourself. Because somebody is draining your batteries. You got all this good stuff going on. You have all this magic around you. You have all this potential. Money is looking good. Work is looking amazing. Opportunities in work and love are all around you. But you won't be able to see them if you do not take this load off of your shoulders. So, it's a very clear sign. And then, with the moon showing up here at the end for my Cosmic Tarot, I mean, trust yourselves. Trust when you feel that exhaustion kick in. You guys will overdo it. You'll just go into overdrive, even though you have nothing left and your batteries are drained. And that can really add up over a number of months. For me, what I'm seeing is this is something that's been going on under the surface for a number of months. And it's starting to catch up with you. So, trust where you need to set your boundaries. Trust where you need to say, hey, I need this. Trust where you need to stop something. Because everything is lined up for you. Everything is lined up for you this month. Everything is lined up for you to do everything you want. There's just one catch. Something needs to be released. It's that simple. Don't let the Tower freak you out. I promise. It's okay. It's about freedom. It's about freedom. So with that, I wish you guys a beautiful August. I am setting up fall appointments at this point. I will be traveling and taking some time for my Leo season, my birthday season, at the beginning of August. So I'll be kind of hidden away doing some amazing things. But I am really setting up a nice calendar. I would love to work with you guys, check in with what's gone on in August. At the end of August into September, I'm starting to set up sessions. So if you're interested, I would seriously get on my website, get in on one of those. I'm hoping to maybe start doing a thing where follow me on Instagram at @SARAHTAROT, where I may start doing next day appointments. So I will put up an announcement, like a live announcement, and say the appointments for next day are opening up. And then you can just jump on there and talk with me the next day. I'm going to start implementing some new things like that. So just keep an eye out. Connect with me there. Connect with me on my website, SARAHTAROT.com, or my email, info@SARAHTAROT.com. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'll leave all that in the description box so you can find out. I'm, of course, wearing PinkLune. my girl Tiffany at PinkLune, 15% off. And I'm sitting here with Jill Sand's gorgeous art, inspired by the heart chakra energy of Leo season, which I know you guys can get behind. We have the ember piece here and another beautiful heart piece next to me on the other side. These are just so heart-centered, and they just feel so good to sit with while I talk to you. Also, I will leave her website for prints and information and her email, so you can contact her. I will see you guys in September for more fun and excitement. I love you so much, and I'm on your team. I want you guys to protect your sacred energy because it's really special.